We're at the end of one period here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and the Vancouver Canucks lead the Kings 2-1. Well, in the past, we've taken a look at some of the early hockey video games. Tonight, let's see how they've improved over the past several years. After a primitive start a dozen years ago, hockey video games have now developed into a wide range of challenges that are sometimes amazingly accurate simulations of the real thing. The early games were fun because there had never been anything like them, but the play itself was relatively simple. In the last few years, though, they've become increasingly complex. Now you can be coach and player, changing lines while controlling one or more players on the ice. And the players are no longer anonymous robots. Now they're often patterned after actual NHL stars, with their movements and tendencies extremely accurate. The newest games show how far the technology has evolved. Mario Lemieux Hockey doesn't actually feature Lemieux, but it does allow for selection of teams with strengths and weaknesses based on the real clubs. The game also features a shootout mode and hard checking that sometimes leads to fights. If things get really out of hand, an occasional brawl breaks out with everyone on the ice duking it out. With Lemieux Hockey, you can even influence the officiating. Of the half dozen or so hockey games out, the most realistic is NHL Hockey, the first game officially licensed by the league. NHL Hockey features all 22 teams plus 2 all-star squads. The teams are from last season, and the players are amazingly lifelike in terms of their on-ice talents. Here we see a pass intercepted by Thomas Sandstrom, who goes in for a goal. And here's an example of forechecking by Thomas Sandstrom in the dark uniform that leads to another Kings goal. There are also power plays, instant replays, and even a playoff format. It took a while, but we eventually took the Kings all the way through the playoffs to the Stanley Cup Championship. And yes, after the final buzzer, the players celebrated with a famed Stanley Cup. There's another video game out, not as sophisticated as Sega's NHL Hockey, but with a unique feature, the ability for 2 or more players to compete as a team. Next time, we'll see what happens when 5 of the Kings team up together to face a computer opponent in one of the new hockey video games.